Are you telling me this game is going to come down to a 51-yard field goal from Nick Folk? What is going on in 2020? The kick is up. Oh my God, he made it. The Patriots just won the game. Nick Folk with a 51-yard field goal to win the game. The Jets didn't even try to ice the kicker. It's clear as day they are tanking. I mean, there's nothing you can tell me to convince me they're not tanking. The Jets have a timeout left. They have a timeout left. They could have at least made the attempt to ice the kicker. They didn't even do that. They let Nick Folk come on the field and kick that straight up. It's clear the franchise is tanking, which is to be expected. But it sucks. I mean, somebody must have went up to Flacco and say, bruh, what you doing today? I'm going to need you to cut that out. We're trying to tank. We can't have you playing well like this. Speaking of Flacco, man, this is a great game for him, man. I don't care about the score. Win or lose, I didn't care. I expected the Patriots to win. But just seeing Flacco go out there, 3 touchdowns from him, play well. He threw the pick, which is classic Flacco, but 3 touchdown passes from him. 2 of those touchdowns went to Rashad Perriman, which that's funny. That's both funny and ironic. I know right now nobody is happier to see Rashad Perriman balling more than Engraven. Engraven from day one has been giving Rashad Perriman the most amount of support. So to see Perriman go out there and ball with Flacco on Monday Night Football, I know he's so happy to see that. But at the end of the day, Jets lost the game. Jets have an objective. They're trying to tank. They can't have Flacco going out there and winning this game. It's clear. It's clear. When you go out there and you don't even attempt to ice the kicker, they have a timeout. They could have done that. You can tell when a franchise is literally trying to tank. They are literally trying to tank. And you could tell the play just changed. When it really looked like the Jets were about to take over and this game was going to be over, all of a sudden they just stopped trying. It really looked like that. It just looked like that. I don't know. How does a guy go straight up, unblocked, on 3rd down towards Flacco? Clear as day, they are trying to tank. Clearly. But yeah, I'm not gonna let the Jets' incompetence and their objectives ruin the fact that Flacco had a good game and Perriman balled out. This was nice to see, man. This was nice to see. Just Flacco playing well again. Despite the loss, Flacco played great today, and you love to see it. You really love to see it. Because, man, him and Perriman today, him and Perriman were a great duo, and it was nice to see. It was really nice to see. I know Ravens fans watching Flacco and Perriman work so well together and get those 2 touchdowns. Every Ravens fan at that point was just thinking, like, where was this in the 3 years you guys were playing together? I know Perriman was dealing with injuries, but the time he was on the field, where was this play? There's so many what ifs, man. What if Perriman never got healthy? What if him and Flacco got on the same page earlier? What if the Ravens did not cut Perriman just before the start of the regular season in 2018? Because he was on the team. He was playing in the preseason games, but they chose not to keep him. So there's so many what ifs at that point. But you know what? The past is the past. You can't change it. I'm just glad to see Joe playing good football, you know. It sucks seeing him play bad, and also as well as playing on a bad team, because the Jets are an embarrassment of an organization. It sucks to see that, but just seeing Flacco play good, that put a smile on my face today. I did not expect this to happen, but it's crazy. It's crazy. That's my quarterback, man. That's my quarterback that I rocked with for over a decade. I'm always going to have love for Joe Flacco. At the same time, I'm glad he's not our quarterback anymore, and I'm glad Lamar Jackson is our quarterback. But at the same time, I'm always going to have the memories. I can never hate Joe Flacco. He brought a Super Bowl to Baltimore. No Ravens fan can truly hate Joe Flacco for what he did for the franchise. Bringing that Super Bowl really... It meant everything, man. It meant everything. And for him to produce at that level and go on that postseason run, it was great. Speaking of that, With the touchdown pass to Perriman, Joe Flacco actually passed Joe Montana for 20th all time in passing yards. So congrats to Joe on making that achievement. And it's funny to bring that up because, again, in that postseason for the Super Bowl, he posted the same stats Montana did in that run. 11 touchdowns, no interception in the Super Bowl championship. Crazy, crazy. But yeah, Flacco was out there. He was throwing the bomb, man. He was launching bombs. Flacco's always had an arm, and he's going to continue to have an arm all the way until his retirement. He's never going to lose that arm for the most part. He's always going to have a strong arm. He's always going to be able to throw the ball deep. And today, he was slinging it, man. He was slinging it to Perriman. He was slinging it to Crowder. He was just making plays down the field. But all of a sudden, they get back, and it looks like they're about to take over, and all of a sudden, the game just starts to change. Flacco does his classic Flacco thing. He's playing well, then he decides to take a shot into double coverage and gets picked off easily. That's to be expected. Flacco's been doing that his entire career. He did that all the time in Baltimore. This is the guy that made me happy and made me angry at the same time. This quarterback, man. The memories of this guy in Baltimore. I'm never going to forget him, but overall, I got to say, I am certainly happy he is not our quarterback anymore because there were times he made me happy, but there were so many times he made me frustrated. And I just knew when Flacco was our quarterback, we never truly had security when it came to winning the games. But at the end of the day, I still appreciate what he did for us. I still appreciate what he did for Baltimore. And I'm always going to have love and respect for Joe Flacco. I just hope when it's time for him to officially retire, I wish he comes back to Baltimore and he retires with us. Just have that moment where he's back in the Ravens uniform and he just gets that last moment at M&T Bank Stadium, and we all show the ultimate respect to Joe Flacco before he retires. That's all I wish for, but we'll see. Flacco still wants to play football, so we don't know when he's going to retire. But when he chooses to, I would love to see him come back to Baltimore and retire in the Ravens jersey. The man deserves it. He really does deserve it. But yeah, Jets lose because they have an objective. It's clear. You had a timeout left, and you choose not to ice the kicker. It's Nick Folk. Icing Nick Folk would do wonders for you because he'll make the field goal the first time. But as soon as you ice Nick Folk, trust me, he'll miss it. Especially a 51-yard field goal, he'll miss it. But the Jets didn't even make an attempt to ice the kicker, which clearly shows they wanted to lose this game. They were praying Flacco would stop playing like this. Somebody had to go up to Flacco and say, bruh, I need you to stop playing like this, man. We can't have you beating the Patriots. We're trying to get Trevor Lawrence. We're tanking. So I need you to stop playing elite and start doing dumb things. And that's what happened. And then in that final drive, when they had an opportunity, under 2 minutes to go, you clearly could make the stop. Second down, he gets sacked. That's Flacco just holding on to the ball. Whether they told him to or not, I'm not going to question that. But third down, it's clear as day. They left the dude completely unblocked, and he went straight at Flacco. So it is what it is. As for the Patriots, this is a much-needed win. Cam really needed this. The last couple weeks have been rough for Cam. And last week's game against the Bills where he fumbled, that really hurt Cam. So now they're 3-5. I don't know if they can climb back into this, but this was a much-needed win. They couldn't afford to lose to the Jets. Losing to the Jets would have been unacceptable for Cam Newton and his Patriots team. At that point, if they would have lost tonight, that's game over. Season's over. They can't do it. It's a wrap for the Patriots. There's no point in even continuing the season. And as for Cam, his one opportunity to get back and show what he can do, that's a wrap too. Because this is supposed to be his comeback season. And if they're out there playing like that, it's not good. And they losing these type of games, you can't lose to the Jets, man. You can't lose to the Jets. That's unacceptable. Losing to the Jets is unacceptable. And the Patriots made sure, man, down by 7. Defense held up and gave the ball to Cam. They went down the field, scored a touchdown, tied the game. Defense forced a 3-and-out. Cam got the ball back, moved the team down the field. They got in field goal range with 3 seconds left to go in the game. And Nick Folk kicks the game-winning field goal to give them the 30-27 victory. So congrats to the Patriots, I guess. You're 3-5. Baltimore will be seeing you on Sunday night, so expecting a much better challenge. If you guys couldn't handle the Jets, have fun with Baltimore, especially with that defense. Offensively, I don't know what Baltimore's going to be offensively. Maybe they finally figured themselves out. Maybe that second half against the Colts has finally made the offense click. We'll see, but we'll see you guys on Sunday night, Patriots. That's also a must-win for you guys because you're trying to keep your season alive. As for the Ravens, that's going to be another test because we have to see if our offense has finally figured something out. Something happened in the second half of that Colts game that got the Ravens playing back into 2019 form. And Lamar Jackson looked like MVP Lamar in the second half. So we're going to see what happens Sunday night. Anyway, that's all I got. I would love to talk about Flacco more and just reminisce, but this is not the time for it. Maybe I'll make another video about that, just reminiscing about Flacco in the olden days. But yeah, that's all I got for this. Anyway, I'm out of here. Peace.